I know what you're thinking. Another Marvel Legends wave already? Well, yeah. Why? Because it's here, I guess. I don't know, why does anyone do anything? Why am I doing this? So yeah, another Marvel Legends wave. This is the Iron Man wave with the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure. And I'm not ashamed to admit that the only reason I wanted this wave was for Ursa Major. Here's the thing. I love werewolves. I love werebears even more. So we're gonna chop this review up into 2 parts. That's 4, not 2. 2 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8 plus Ursa Major. So we'll do 4. We'll do 4 in this video and 3 in another video. Alright, friendos, so here's what we're gonna do. For this review, we'll be taking a look at Modular Iron Man, Ironheart, Hologram Iron Man, and Ultron. And later I will be posting the review of Stealth Iron Man, Dark Star, Vault Guardsman, and of course, the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure. Let's go ahead and look at the Modular Iron Man first. Seems to be one everyone likes. Is that true, or am I just making stuff up again? We literally just went over this. Packaging, it's Marvel Legends. Window in the front to show the figure, artwork on the sides, character blurb on the back, a look into the wave line, a look at the Build-A-Figure, and a lot of different warnings that no one is ever going to read. We go in from the bottom. Always go in from the bottom. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but that's what you should do. Cool illustration in the back there. Alright, so Modular Iron Man. A dazzling technological achievement, the modular suit allows Tony Stark to reconfigure subsystems like boots, gloves, helmets, and scanners on the fly. Get it? It's a joke because he can fly. I mean, I think it was a joke. So I'm going to let you know right off the bat that I have not followed any of the Iron Man toys, so I have no idea what's reuse and what's new. I do not have that kind of information rattling around in my head. Actually, for someone who runs a toy review channel, there's very little toy thoughts rattling around in my head. It's a very striking figure, thanks in large part to this color scheme. The golds are a little matte, and then the reds are just this bright candy-coating crimson color. And I can see a little bit of marbling, especially here on the chest, on the red parts, but as I've said before, that doesn't bother me, especially if it's kind of a metallic substrate. I don't know if I like these vents. I mean, I'm sure that's what the design is, but I guess for something like this you would need vents. I don't know. I don't have a super suit. Yeah, it's pretty easy for Iron Man armor to look good because it's so crisp and symmetrical. There's no human facial features that you have to get right. The suit is a little off-putting because it is clearly modeled off of a male body. I mean, I know that's how it is in the comics for the most part, that it just looks like it's a skin-tight second suit. Skin suit that's like perfectly conformed to these crazy muscles. I definitely prefer the Iron Man suits more when they are more armor looking. I mean, either it's a skin-tight suit of nanotech technology over a really buff dude, or it's just Tony Stark desperately trying to make himself look super jacked, which, you know, checks out. The texture on the gauntlets and the hands is really nice. This kind of ribbed, don't say it, texture. And that kind of extends down to the boots too, though not as frequent. That line motif repeats throughout. You've got some of the thighs, some of the shoulders. I do miss seeing a light here, like a blue light or maybe a white light. Not a real light, but an approximation of a light. I like that he has a little belt here. Like, at what point in there is that? You need to keep your space pants up. The rest of him is so jacked, but then his butt is tiny. Tony, haven't you heard? Big butts are in now. Let's hope it stays that way for my sake. Yeah, very, very cool looking figure. A nice Iron Man to add to your collection if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not really interested in looking at in-depth articulation with this line, but I will go over the basics of each one and let you know if there's any cool or strange or annoying things I found. Because this is a toy review channel and articulation is part of it, and I wholly accept that. Can he look up? Very important for a flying character. No, he cannot. Okay, so apparently this Iron Man can look up quite a bit more, but it turns out I have a strange defect on the top of mine, just this weird chunk of plastic, and that was hampering the upward movement of the head. Ow. So anyway, he can look up a little bit more than I stated previously, but still not a lot more. Can he look down? Not as important for a flying character, but still probably kind of important. He can kind of look down, is the answer. Good news, his head can twist in any which way you can imagine. We've got some incredibly chunky shoulder joints here, and they are a bear to get up, but you can get them up. This sphere will kind of slip underneath this collar piece. So that's nice, because at first I thought that you wouldn't be able to get those up. But you can. And of course, the arm also goes all the way around. Then you've got a swivel at the bicep. God, look at that. Just chunk of golden meat. Grossed myself out with that. Double elbow, thick arm, can't go very far. Double elbow, still cool. Hinge and swivel at the wrist, which is nice for an Iron Man. Oh, this is a cool pose. He looks like he's about to challenge someone to a street fight or a dance-off. We've got this chunky joint at the abs, which isn't super noticeable because it's a suit of armor, so realistically it would have seams. So he can crunch down a little bit, crunch back a little bit, swivel at the waist. Another seam nicely hidden by the fact that this is supposed to be armor. Leg goes out to there, which is pretty good. Better than a lot of the Disney Plus we saw last time. Up to there, also pretty good, but kind of gets in the way of back. We've got a thigh swivel, and this little vent piece is separate, so it swivels alongside this bottom part. Double knee. And another joint here at the boot. So yeah, pretty good articulation on this one, especially for a chunky armory guy. And as far as the sculpt and paint, I haven't noticed any kind of flaw or weirdness. It's a very attractive looking figure. For accessories, the modular suit comes with 2 clenched fists, and it's got that same kind of serrated pattern on there. And I like that you can see the reactors. So it would have been cool if they were painted a different color other than red, but then again, you're not really going to see them. So and 2 repulsor blasts, and I really love these effects. So let's forget about the extra hands and plug in these blasts. I think one of the really fun things about Iron Man is how he flies, just that he has repulsors in his hands and feet. It seems like it would be really taxing on the body, maybe super hard to coordinate, but what do I know? And this is nice because you can kind of angle these arms down and splay the hands out, and you can also put the repulsor blasts on his feet. It would be nice if it came with 2 more maybe, so you could have blasts at the feet and at the hands. And then if you had a stand, he could just be flying. But I assume if you're collecting an Iron Man wave, you already have those effects and a stand, or will be using some of the effects that come in with the other characters in the wave. If they'll fit, which I assume right now that they will. And I could be wrong. Now let's take a look at our buddy Ultron. Ultron's got his own scary face on top of his packaging. Go in from the bottom. That's what Ultron would do. I think we've confirmed by now that Ultron is not someone you should look up to. Oh, I forgot to mention, Ultron comes with an Ursa Major arm. The Modular Iron Man didn't come with any part of Ursa Major, which is interesting because I'm assuming that this would be the Iron Man people want the most. Ultron's background on his packaging is his face. Again, I mean, the man loves himself. Can you blame him? This is a really cool figure. It just looks like a crazy, like, 1950s spaceman, alien astronaut guy. And I know that's the design from the comics, but I wonder if that's what they had in mind when they designed him, because that's really cool looking. Ultron is a scary looking dude. I love this chrome type paint we have going on throughout the figure. And that's all there is. We've got a little bit of black in the mouth for the shadow, and we've got some burning red for the eyes. I just noticed his feet have a really cool detail. They seem to have their own repulsor blast ports, or whatever those are. I like shiny things, so I do really like this. But, as with the Modular Iron Man, there's not too much to talk about in the appearance area, besides that I really like this design, and I really like the paint. This guy is so extra. Look at these shoulder spikes, these nice shoulder pads. Whatever these are, you can just grab onto them and steer them around. I don't know what they are. I got off track. What was I saying? But there are some small details that keep your eye traveling throughout the figure. Got the head, of course, which is the focal point, down to these shoulder spikes, this weird asymmetrical line in the chest, a weird fake belt. Why would a robot need a belt? I don't know. Space pants, down to more lines, and then all the way to the feet, which also end in lines. See what Ultron can do. Oh, Ultron, he can look up quite a bit. Ultron can't look down though because his mouth is too big. A tiny bit of tilt, a lot of twist. So the shoulder can go up pretty far and rotate, of course, but this shoulder piece can also rotate independently. So that'd be cool if you had the arm in a position maybe like this and you wanted to cover up the joint here. Just rotate that and it's gone. Bicep swivel once again. Double elbow, kind of pointless because his arm is big. Ooh, snap. Hinge and swivel at the wrist. This upper piece is very strange to me. I can't see what kind of joint is in there, but it's a big, clunky one. Gives him a lot of movement in that chest region, though. I got some swivel up there, too. Once again, twist at the waist, hidden by this belt. Another leg that goes out pretty well. to the side pretty well. Not back, really, at all. Thigh swivel, it's very well hidden. I didn't even think he had one at first. So yeah, integrated very well. Double knee, and he's got a twist at the ankle. Well, I guess that's above the ankle. A twist at the... right above the ankle. I don't know what the technical term for that would be, but that's where it is. Which is weird, but I guess he is a robot, so he can probably twist wherever he wants. Ultron comes with 3 extra hands. So in package, he comes with a grabby hand and a menacing meh hand, and these extra hands are 2 punchy hands and another grabby hand. And he also comes with these fun little effects. So I think you just place these Kirby dots into his mouth and they'll just stay because of the way everything is shaped. And that looks pretty cool, though to me, it's a little bit too much red and orange up at the top. I think I would have liked these better if they were black and blue, maybe, to kind of offset the red of the eyes and maybe blend in more with this cool silvery color scheme in the rest of the body. But what do I know? They're red in the comics, and I can accept that. So yeah, cool figure, even if you don't care about Ultron. Just have him as a 1950s alien guy. He's the alien and the UFO. Let's look next at Ironheart. Her symbol is a jacked up heart. I feel like I need to reiterate this, but I have not been keeping up with the comics, so I know who Ironheart is, but I don't know the intricacies of her character. Maybe going in from the bottom isn't the best way to do it on these Marvel Legends, because I'm just butchering the box. Ironheart's background is, her chest. Okay, she comes with a lot of stuff. Definitely a smaller, more slender figure than the other 2 that we've looked at. The others were kind of heavy too, and this one is a lot lighter in the hand. From a design perspective, I really like the suit. The helmet looks a little off to me, and I know that's how it is in the comics, but it just looks a little strange translated to 3D like this. It's like evoking a medieval knight helmet or something, but it kind of looks like an alien face. I don't know. But that being said, really cool sculpt. Look at those eyes. Brilliant blue underneath the gold. And I like these hints of really dark gray underneath the red and the gold too. So I'm not sure if her armor is modular and these armor pieces are the actual armor and then there's a bodysuit underneath. I don't know. But that's kind of what it looks like. Not quite as shiny as the Modular Iron Man, but it is a different shade of red. It does have the blue, which I was missing from the modular one. I really like the silhouette of this figure, if that makes sense. Except for the helmet. Still don't like that. Alright, let's see. Riri, can you look up? I guess that's okay. She can look down pretty well. No neck movement still. A little bit of tilt, a lot of swivel. Arm up, all around. Bicep swivel, which is unusual for a female character. They get away with that because of this armor break here. It's nice to see in a female character though. Pinless double elbow, and her wrists do have hinge and swivel, but the hinge isn't very robust. You can only move her hand a little bit. Tiny bit of crunch. No waist movement. She doesn't have a belt there to hide a waist joint, so I guess that makes sense. I will forgive it. Leg out, nice. To the side, nice again. To the back, but gets in the way. A symptom of all the Iron Men's. Thigh swivel, double knee. Oh, nice. Look at that. She looks like she's about to throw down with someone. For accessories, Ironheart has 2 splayed out repulsor blast hands, 2 blasts, 2 really cool smoke trail effects, an unmasked Riri Williams head. And this head looks really great. The classic features painted on, not photoreal. She's got a tiny little smirk. One of her eyebrows is cocked a little bit. Kind of got an attitude because she knows she can beat you up. Yeah, I miss seeing faces like this. The photoreal is cool, but I don't know. There's just something about how solid painted faces like this are. A really nice glossy pinkish red to the lips, and a really cool hair sculpt. I love how it hangs off the face like that. It's not stuck onto the face right here. There's actual negative space in between the forehead and the hair hanging down right here. So let's switch heads for a second. Alright, that came off easily enough. Big dumbbell joint there. And come on, Riri. Ugh. There was no pop, but it's on. Her neck looks a little long like this, but maybe I don't have her head on all the way, but I do prefer this look to the helmeted look, just because I don't like that helmet. So let's exchange the hands too. I think this is how hands go. Be careful with these because the joints are very small. And actually, these joints do not move. They are stuck in place. You can swivel her hand, but it will not go up and down. So you can plug the repulsor blast into her hands here. I mean, in theory. Okay, there we go. And of course, she also has pegs in her feet for repulsor blast there too. Let's see if Iron Man's will fit. Yep, Modular Iron Man's and Ironheart's repulsor blasts are obviously different sculpts, but the pegs are the same size, so this one will fit into Riri's armor. Let's try out one of these really cool smoke effects. I don't know which way it should go. Like that? How do smoke work? I don't know. It's a little bit rubbery, so it's easy to wrap around. Yeah, these smoke effects are pretty great. Really well sculpted, believably smoky. A nice gray color with just a little bit of shading on it, it looks like. So yeah, I think Ironheart is a great figure, especially because of all the accessories she comes with. This is the problem I have when I just run through articulation. I miss things, and I did miss something pretty substantial when I was first going through the articulation on this. This leg bends, right? This leg does not. It is all fused together. It is one piece. And if you look closer here, you can see that this kneecap is a darker red than this kneecap, and also this one has seams running through it. It's just all one piece. There's no articulation in this leg, and I've watched other reviewers, and they don't seem to have this problem. So I'm wondering, like, did I get a test shot, or did I get a dud, or what happened here? What comes together to create this problem? And normally I don't care too much about stuff like that, actually, but in this case it is a little saddening because I really like this figure, and to have her just not have a major point of articulation, still a fantastic figure, and as I said, other reviewers don't seem to be having the problem that I have with her. Their figures seem to bend at all the right places, so if you want Ironheart, don't let that stop you from getting her, because she's still a fantastic figure. And if anyone knows what might have caused this, let me know in the comments, because I'm very curious. Alright, and last but not least, well, maybe least, we're looking at Hologram Iron Man, and that will be the end of this video. The next video, we will look at the others. I hope that's cool with you. I just can't do another full wave. Can't do it. Not today. Really quick, look up. Oh, he can look up really far. Why is he the one who can look up really far? He can look down really low too. What is going on? That doesn't seem fair. Not much in the way of shoulder movement though. This weird shoulder joint is in the way. Can go all around though. We've got pins on this one, so I'm guessing it is an older one that they've just reused for the Hologram Iron Man. And I think I've heard other collectors talk about that, but as I said, I don't know. Little bit of wrist movement, some crunch, not much. No waist movement. His leg can barely go up. It can barely go to the side. It can barely go back. We do have a double knee though, that's something. So for accessories, Hologram Iron Man comes with 2 fists, more repulsor blasts. That's cool because we can always use more repulsor blasts. His hands don't want to accept them though. Let me ask you a question. If he's a hologram, how is he firing repulsor blasts? Am I thinking too hard about this? Probably. And that's really all I have to say about this particular one. I hope you got enjoyment out of the other 3 I looked at because this one is little bare bones. And for the next video, we still have 3 more to look at, plus Ursa Major, which I'm super excited about. Thanks for watching. Likes and subscribes are always appreciated. Comments are more than welcome. I try to respond to every comment. Sometimes I might miss a couple because I got the brain worms. So if I miss your comment, I'm really sorry. It's just that I didn't see it. All right, till next video. See ya.